We are coming to you guys late, but we are still here. We were supposed to go yesterday. Life happens, things happen, so we are here today. We were going to try and start, what was it, like hour and a half ago? Ish. And then life happened. So now we are here, and I got my co-host with me. We are coming to you guys late. You ready for some hot takes?
I am just slapping on hot takes, just slapping all day.
You want the introduction, or are we past that at this point?
To my right, I can stick a quick appreciation. Quentin Benell. I got co-host Vish. How you doing, Vish?
Co-host is just not accurate. It's here for the high grade.
We're all from Colorado. Have a lot of Rockies friends.
Congratulations on getting married.
Hey, you idiot.
Are you ready for some hot takes?
He's like, this is why you bet on the Rockies in April.
Question mark?
It's 12:30 in the morning.
So,
you broke up. What'd you say?
Bottom of the order.
Go Cubs.
Above me, Vish. Vish, how you doing, my guy?
Living the dream, Living the dream. That's all I can say.
Beautiful, beautiful. Q. What you doing, buddy?
Just moving my light. It was really bright. It still looks like shit, but I don't have like an overhead light, so the struggle.
And here we are, gentlemen. I think could be a cool, fun, quick game if we do. What time is it where you're at? For me, it is 10:32.
I'm on 11:32.
It's 12:30 in the morning.
So we are coming from 3 different time zones. So I just want everyone to take a quick appreciation for Quentin. Thank you, Q, for staying up this late. We know you had a long day of work of watching baseball, and you have an early day to start tomorrow of watching baseball. So thank you for joining this podcast to talk about baseball. Now, to begin with, we are going to go through. We have our struggle bus. You guys, starting with the struggle bus. We are right here. I got the graphic pulled up. And driving the struggle bus, we have the New York Yankees. You guys, give me what your thoughts are on the New York Yankees right now.
So I actually watched the Yankees game about last week, I think, like 5-6 days ago. And they're starting to get booed by their home fans. That's how bad.
Oh, yeah.
3 days ago, they had the worst record in the AL. Starting the year off, they're supposed to win the division easily and probably be the favorite to come out of the AL. Right now, Torres, I think, let me find his OPS. Your Torres has a 565 OPS, Nick. Clint Frazier has a 475 OPS.
Oh,
Aaron Hicks, who I don't really love that much, but still in the lineup every day, has a 509 OPS. Atrocious. Stan struggled off in the beginning, starting to be a little better. The rotation we didn't love in the first place, besides Cole. Debbie was still young, and he's not like the highest potential ceiling. They haven't been that bad. It's just been surprising how bad their lineup's been. And you know what? I'm starting to agree with those Yankees fans are ruthless, but they deserve they should be allowed to boo for it right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's still early. I think the lineup straightens itself out, barring everyone's healthy, or even a large part of it's healthy. If health is a continuous issue with their big boppers in the middle of the lineup, obviously this could be a different story. But barring health, like, the lineup's going to be fine. Even if Glaber's down, he's still going to be a really productive hitter, at that position. So if he plays well, he's obviously one of the best shortstops in the game. And then, Judge standing healthy, that's scary. Gary plays well, that's scary. And they have good role players, like DJ, obviously.
How do you feel about Jay Bruce getting forced to pretty much retire?
I saw that. It was like, oh, that was funny. What a weird ending to his career.
But also staying on the active roster. I don't know how long he was on there for, but
he played every day. He was their starting first baseman.
I know, but after he announced his retirement, he was still on the roster. Like, they didn't call anybody up. They didn't release anybody. He just stayed. I don't know for how long, but they could have called somebody up and replaced him like that day and the following day, and they did not.
Again, right there should just tell you, though, how much they're struggling. People are retiring 20 games in the year.
Also,
they're like, fuck, I'm not being a part of this shit. Honestly, get me the fuck out of here.
They'll be fine, dude. Like,
yeah.
I'm not saying they win the division. There are two teams I like in that division. I like the Yankees the most still, but there are two teams I like. So I'm not saying they win the division, but they'll be all right. They'll turn this around.
The Blue Jays and Rays right now are perking up because they're like, fuck, maybe we can make a run for this division, especially if they keep taking this many games early. It's gonna come back to get them in September.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And next on the struggle bus, Vish, I'm gonna let you introduce this gentleman. This is one of your guys, and have some fun. What do you got on him?
Zack Davies.
He scored 15 runs today, so let's start off with the high note.
No. We want to talk about Zack Davies struggling. What do you got?
Zack Davies throwing at an 80 ERA. Honestly, this is an interchangeable between Jock and Zack Davies. Jock's also been atrocious. But that's not what we're talking about. Zack Davies, who we need to count on, has been very bad.
Nick, what is Zack Davies' career ERA?
Oh, I don't have it in front of me. You want me to guess?
Mm-hmm.
A 3.76.
It's a 3.9, and he's throwing at an 8.8 right now.
Yeah. Okay.
You want to hear the worst part?
Sure.
He has more walks than strikeouts.
Yeah, and that's why I'm also like, Zack Davies gonna be fine. Like, he's gonna be fine. We need him to be good because, like, Kyle's incredible. Other than Kyle, like, our rotation is... People have been freaking out the Cubs' offense has been historically bad. I'm not worried about the offense. The offense is gonna be fine. It already has turned itself around in, like, 3 games. But the offense will be fine. I'm worried about pitching. It's like, behind Kyle, it's like, Jake Arrieta, Trevor Williams. You know, like, and then it's like Davies was supposed to be our only other, like, hey, we got a 1, you know, or a high-end 2 if you want to call Kyle a high-end 2. That he's a 1. And then, you know, Davies is like a really good 3, be like a bad 2. But, you know, we got a guy that we can count on, and he's not been that guy. He will be that guy.
I assume you've watched some of his games thrown already this year.
I didn't watch the Brewers one where he had like 7 runs in the first inning. I didn't watch that one, but I watched most of his other starts.
Does it stuff look the same?
Yeah, I mean, he's like 88, 90, somewhere in that range, you know. His changeup looks fucking awesome. He throws it so much, but he should.
Is it just the walks thing that's just... Because walks for him is just very unusual.
Yeah. Also, like, yeah, he'll be fine. I'm really not worried about it because, like...
Well, he should be because he's on the struggle bus, Vish. God damn it.
20 games, this is the 20-game struggle bus. It's like the Yankees. The Yankees line will figure itself out. Zack Davies will be fine.
Will it?
Yeah, they will. Zack Davies will be fine.
Hey, 20 games turns into 30 real quick, into 40, and then you're a fourth year in.
Just saying. A year away, like, you can still turn even that around.
I'm just saying.
I
trust the track record. That guy's going to be fine. I'm not saying he's going to be a 2, but we kind of need him to be. I'm just saying he'll be all right.
Well, he is currently absolutely on the struggle bus, and he will remain on the struggle bus until he can prove otherwise. And then moving on, we have the big tree-legged third baseman for the Twins, Miguel Sano. Just struggling. Now, how bad is he struggling, Q?
So to give you some numbers here, don't really care about batting average ever, but in this case, I'm going to say it because it's a 111. So far through 45 ABs, I don't really care about strikeouts that much, especially someone like Miguel Sano.
Yeah.
But he has 20 strikeouts in 45 ABs.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's a high strikeout rate even for him.
Yeah.
He's also, and the worst part, he has hit 2 home runs, which isn't great, and then also has an OPS of 555, which he's a career 830, and needs to be a middle lineup guy for them.
Yeah. That's like the main issue. Like, they count on him, and like he did this what was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So they said they set him down. Like, it was like similar to Schwarber. Like they just set him down because he was so inconsistent.
Yeah.
So, like, this is what he does sometimes, which, I mean, if you're a Twins fan, it's got to be so frustrating because it's like, he's obviously a dude, but...
Because you see him sometimes, and he's just so good.
Yeah, exactly.
And like he'll go on hotter stretches than just about anyone, but he also does this.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty similar to Javi. It's Javi's also a good defender, so like
Then that's the thing. Like you're not really getting much defense production,
exactly.
And from like a running standpoint too, he's one of the biggest players in the league. You're not going to get much running production from him either. It's just if he's not hitting well,
he's hurting your team.
He's really hurting your team.
Yeah.
There's no justifying like, oh well, he's a good glove at least, or
we can run. None of that.
And the problem with that team is they rely so much on just hitting and power hitting, especially.
Yeah, there's the home run ball.
Which is scary for the Twins. Like when they have guys that go on like stretches like this, they're gonna lose. Which is what is happening for them right now.
Yeah, that's why I'm not buying the Twins because the rotation's been incredible. I don't see that. I like Barrios. I love Barrios. I love Barrios. But it's like other than that, like, I don't think that rotation's gonna be what it is right now.
Nope. I think later we have the exact number is one of their stats is what the rotation's been. So we'll get to that later.
True.
All right, you want to finish up the struggle bus?
Yeah, and Q, it's actually a guy that once you saw his name, you immediately jumped on because we were pondering this 4 spot. We went back and forth with about like 3 or 4 other guys. Even contemplated about throwing a team in there. But this is a name that you once you saw it, you jumped at it and you said this is the guy.
Real quick, I could throw an honorable mention out there. The honorable mention, Nick, was the Twins bullpen. Actually, but we don't want to have a bunch of Twin stuff on there. The Twins bullpen currently is throwing at a 5.8, and they're 1-7.
Yeesh.
So, but I thought, just keeping it as a player's perspective, Nick Ahmed is on here, and Nick, like you would agree with me, he's not he's a pretty he's an average big leaguer, the shortstop especially, and so like I didn't want to put guys on here that are like average big leaguers, and he's been hurt a little bit, but his numbers have been so bad that we had to do it. Through 40 plate appearances so far, he has 3 hits and 2 walks, putting him at a 75 batting average and an OPS of 194. Nick, how bad is that?
I mean, that's so bad. That is so bad.
I've read articles already about him, and they're like questioning to bench him. And again, this isn't like he's a career, like he's a 730. He's gonna be a 700 OPS, which isn't great.
He's not even a great hitter, but he can play defense. So.
But he's a good defender, and at this point, even how good of a defender is, they're just like, this is so atrocious. Like, we don't know what to do with this.
Yeah.
Like we have, especially with it being in the NL, already have the pitcher hitting.
Pitchers hit.
Right now, we have 2 guys in the lineup right now that are free outs every game.
Yeah, it's true.
Alrighty.
So he's gonna be in the back of the struggle bus.
Do you call it the Mendoza one if it's OPS? His OPS is below the Mendoza one.
Yeah, like we make, just to put that in perspective, we make fun of people for having under a 200 batting average. His OPS is under 200.
Like, that is incredible.
Nick, his slugging percentage is 75.
Oh god, that's horrible.
His OPS plus is minus 45. How is that even possible? I didn't know you could do that.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty. Well, now moving on to the little bit of the opposite. This segment is going to be the victory chopper. Okay, so we got 4 guys coming out of Verdansk. Got a dub, quads. Okay, who are the 4 guys that are absolutely just lighting it up this year right now?
So before we get into these people, we kind of decided pretty last minute that we're not going to include people that just we don't expect Mike Trout to have a 1300 OPS,
but low-key do.
But low-key I kind of do, and same with Acuna. So we're going to leave it guys kind of like that are just so good.
Like DeGrom's good, we get it, you know.
Yeah, like we get it. Like we're going to do this every week with you if we do.
Yeah.
So we're going to leave this to kind of guys that are just eye-catching, like 20 games in, or like these guys are performing way above their ceiling, like even their ceiling.
Yeah, and that's like, we can put Trout on here and stuff, but like...
So, Nick, do you want to start off with Mercedes? Because you've had a weird...
transformation today on what I think about it.
Because even the past couple of weeks...
I've been trashing.
Every time Mercedes started with like a 600 batting average, and you're like, it's whatever. He's not even like their 7th best hitter on the White Sox.
Yeah.
You're kind of starting to come around on him.
Let me just
give you a little background first of his numbers before you go in on him. Yeah. Currently, he has a 430 batting average with a 1161 OPS and 4 home runs and 15 RBIs through 17 games. Mm-hmm. So, for sure, all-star at this point.
I mean, no doubt about it.
So tell us what happened today.
So I've been trashing him simply because it's a 28-year-old rookie that comes into the big leagues that just is scorching hot. Like, this happens every year, and then it's like, oh wait, you're out of the league in like a year and a half because no one cares. Like, you just.
The only time I ever remember like someone scorching that was old came in and actually was good was Judge.
Yeah, but he's 25 even. He wasn't even 28. And even then, Judge was still a highly touted prospect. Like, Jordan is not, like, he came out of nowhere. No one knew who he was. Like, Judge was a top 50 prospect, you know?
So what do you think of Mercedes?
So, Mercedes comes up 28, and so I was like, this is fucking bullshit. It's like Akil Badu also. Like, his minor league numbers, they're not great. But I looked at
anybody can get hot.
No, exactly. Anybody can get hot. So I was like, okay, this is irrelevant. And then I looked at his minor league numbers today, being like, I'm just wondering what he did in the minors. He had his first like 3 or 4 years. He was like a high 700 OPS. Hit for some juice, but it was all in like 50, 60 short season, situations. And then he had like 3 years in a row where it was 100+ games, and it was like 970 OPS, like 800. Was his bad year, and then it was like 860 in like 3 years in a row. And I was like, holy shit, like that's him. And again, that always doesn't translate to the big leagues. But a lot of those guys like get more consistent when they show up to the big leagues. They see more strikes. So like, I don't know. Like, I'm starting to be like, he could be. I'm not saying he's what he is. He's not an 1100 OPS guy. That'd be ridiculous. But I could see him being a viable DH option to be mid 800s OPS guy with 25, 30 home runs a year.
So would you, as a White Sox fan, would you? I'm saying like if you were a White Sox fan, would you buy the Mercedes stock right now?
I would slowly be more and more. No, not fully.
No, not fully. You're coming around a little bit.
I'd be like, if this keeps happening, like maybe. So I'm buying a stock, but not in like large quantities. If that makes sense.
Okay. Let's go on to the next guy. Let's keep with hitters. Byron Buxton. Me and Nick have been back and forth on Byron Buxton for a while.
Yeah.
He's always had a really good upside, and he's been in the league now a decent while, and hasn't put up any particular spectacular numbers. And we were always like, maybe he could be an all-star. He's got the talent for it, but we kind of just at some point where like he is who he is at this point.
Yeah, that's what I'm starting to think, because he always has these months. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
No, correct me if I'm wrong here, because he was the number 1 prospect for fucking 4 years in the minor leagues over KB, which is fucking bullshit. But anyway,
because he's a good defender. He runs some of the best in the league, and he has a good bat.
Yeah, like I like Buxton. He's like probably a league average hitter if I had to guess, like mid 700 OPS. Yeah, he's an elite defender, can run like the wind, but like that's not what they thought they were getting. They thought they were going to get Mike Trout,
Yeah, he's a career right now. He's a career 750 OPS.
Yeah, like that's
we're talking 7 years in the league.
Yeah.
But just as we're talking about some guys that are coming up as rookies at 27, he is only 27.
Yeah, exactly. And that's like he'll go on these like month stretches where people will like be like, oh, like he's turned a corner, he's Mike Trout, and I'm like, well, he might just be hot, Like I know the feelings there, so you always want to believe what you see. But again, it's 20 games, so I can't buy all the way in yet. But I want to.
Even more of a thing. He's only played 12. He's been hurt a little bit.
That's true.
So the crazy part about it though is 12 games, and if everyone's played 20, he's leading the league in home runs still with 6.
Yeah, I couldn't do 7.
And the crazy part to me was he got hurt, and he's come back and been good still in 3 games.
Yeah, that's where I hope it works out for Byron because I like him and
for sure.
I've gotten over the Chris Bryant obviously being number 2 thing, but
his OPS is 1400 right now though, 1400.
Yeah,
which isn't obviously going to happen. But dude, if he can, again, because he's a plus glove in the outfield. If he can be a 900, dude, that'd even be insane.
Even like low 8s, dude.
If he can shoot like an 840 OPS,
dude,
he's such a valuable player for that team.
No doubt about it.
And if he starts shooting like 800, he's gonna be an all-star, and he can become what they thought he was gonna be in the minor leagues.
For sure.
So he's just gonna be like, I want him to be good because there's been a lot of hype on him, and it's kind of settled down for the past years.
Yeah.
But again, we've seen this before from him.
Exactly. That's where I need to I just want to see.
Let's bring this back up in a couple months.
Agreed.
Let's go to a couple pitchers real quick. You want to start with Carlos Rendon? Pretty simple, easy.
Yeah. I mean, he threw a no-hitter. It's pretty awesome. Really cool story. A couple of major arm surgeries. I don't know. Like, I've always liked Rendon. I think he's a really good 4, to be honest. Like, a really good 4. Probably shouldn't be a 3. But he's just good for him, you know? Like,
he's throwing it up so far through 19 innings. He has 24 strikeouts and 1 earned run.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He has a whip of .6 and a batting average against at 88.
My God.
So incredible. For him, though, like, again, awesome. So pumped he's doing this because he was almost out of the league 2 years ago, and he's a really cool story.
Yeah.
He's something I'm not buying the stock on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
just from an eye test on his stuff, it's not great.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, I think it's good.
Even his strikeouts are pretty high right now, and from what I've realized and watched, he's not really a strikeout guy.
No. I think he's a good 4. I still think he can be a good big league arm, like a good, not like even just like average, like a good big league arm.
For him, if he's going to be a 3-5 guy in the White Sox.
Yeah, exactly, dude. That's awesome.
The White Sox should start even looking about, are we the best team in the AL?
Yeah, I do. I mean, especially if they can make Kopech into a starter. They're about to go Cease, Lynn, Rodon, whatever you want to say it. And then Rodon, that's it. And then Kopech. And then somebody else too. What's up?
Huh?
Who else do they have? There's somebody else.
I'm not sure.
Anyway, but yeah, they had arms. Like, they're legit.
They had James Shields. They could have Fernando Tatis. That's always going to be fun to me. If you guys don't know that James Shields was a couple years ago traded for Fernando Tatis when he was a.
James Shields was washed up on the Padres, and the White Sox traded for him when he was washed up already for Fernando.
But we're not talking about that.
That trade was really bad. It would have been so much worse. It was so much worse pre-Tim Anderson becoming really good, but now it gets less bad. But anyway.
Yeah. They have some great players. All right, let's finish off the last with the victory chapter. You want to talk about Burns?
Yeah, this one's cool. He fascinates me for a couple of reasons. So, one, it sucks. The Brewers can fucking pitch. Woodruff's a dog. Burns is a dog. Burns was similar to Giolito, like, historically bad. Like, he was so bad. Which I loved.
But why was he like Giolito? Because there was potential for him to be.
Yeah, his stuff is phenomenal. He's high-ass spin rate on his fastball, all that kind of stuff. Which is also why it confuses me, because those guys with the highest spin rate on their fastball tend to be those four-seamer guys that live up in the strike zone. Like Cole is big on that. DeGrom's gotten big into that. All these guys that throw hard, but also have these high spin rates. Like Nick Anderson, who throws like 93, but has that high spin rate. He lives high on the zones too. All these guys are four-seamer guys that live and then tunnel with the curveball. And like Burns fascinates me because he goes sinker, cutter, and that's almost. I know the cutter is what saved. Like I believe is what saved him.
Dude, always getting that like scissor effect. And learning that cutter when you're a sinker baller, it can be deadly. Obviously, it's really tough to do when you're used to putting that pressure on the pointer finger and now kind of transferring it over to a cutter. But you can figure it out like he has. It's just so deadly.
Crazy. Yeah, because it's like flipped. He went from being a four-seam guy getting lit the fuck up to being a sicker slider kind of guy.
Which is a high spin rate. Yeah, which is a crazy adjustment because if you do have that high spin rate, it's hard to. There's so much potential already there to just be a four-seamer and live up in the zone, but to be able to take a step back and say it's not working and let's try something new is just really cool.
Yeah, no, it's really, honestly, it's
even at that, especially at that high of a level.
Yeah, and went from so bad to now he just hit the MLB record.
Yep,
40 Ks, no walks, and he is for sure a frontline starter. And again, which sucks because they have Woodruff also, so it's fuck me. But that's it. I mean, he's legit. He's legit.
His K per 9 right now literally looks like a reliever.
Yeah.
It looks like a Josh Hader.
Yeah.
It's insane. The 24 innings, one run right now with 40 strikeouts.
The Brewers' bullpen is so good, too. Fuck.
Yeah.
Brad Boxberger's like their third.
He currently has the second lowest ERA in the league behind the god himself, Jacob deGrom. So, anytime you're going to be mentioned with him, that's a good sign.
They're doing all right.
Speaking of that, I watched Jacob deGrom tonight throw. He had 15 punch-outs through 9 innings. Questioned everything about baseball I've ever seen in my life.
He was last week. He said the mound shouldn't be moved back, and he watched one Jacob deGrom start and goes, "We should."
I was like, maybe the mound should be moved back because what deGrom is doing to hitters is ridiculous. I my whole life. I questioned if I actually pitched. Watching it, I was like, I don't think I actually knew how to anything.
I get it. He gets some swings on some changeups that are so unfathomably far away from the zone,
dude.
It's
and
crazy.
I've never there's guys that throw 100 like him, but I've never of course people are going to be late on 100, but they aren't late like they are on his 100. Well, dude, because there's so much stuff to worry about other than that.
Exactly.
Big leaguers are ass out singles, beating shifts, and they're pumped.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I get
insane. So we'll never have him or Trout on the struggle. Oh, on the struggle bus we might have him on, but we'll never have him on the
chopper. Strong word, but
I guess if they threw a bunch of they'd have to do something insane.
Yeah.
Honorable mention as well would be Bryce Harper, who's having an insane start right now. But again, I expect Bryce Harper to have a high OPS. He walks a lot and it's just a stud. If you don't think Bryce Harper's good, you think he's just overrated, fuck you.
Nice cue, you got him.
I got everyone. All right, do you want to go over the next segment, Connor?
Yes, sir. Sorry, I already have it pulled up. Just got it pulled up. This is 30 teams, 30 stats that just absolutely stand out. This article is by MLB.com, so just a little quick shout out there, MLB.com. Thank you guys for the article.
Ever heard of that website?
No,
never.
So to start it off, we got the American League East and the Blue Jays. What you guys got on the Blue Jays?
Well, what's the stat on it?
Oh, my bad. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., 12 balls hit, 110 plus.
See, to me, this is one of those ones that isn't as crazy as the other stats. That's cool. I love Guerrero, and we know he hits the ball hard.
Yeah. That's I don't care. I do care. Vlad's great. Vlad is good. Can he be great like his numbers are this year? That hard hit rate isn't telling me a whole lot through especially 20 games. But, I mean, he's a monster. But how consistent can he be at this level? At that level. At this production, at the big league level, I should say. This is what I care.
What we next?
Alrighty, next we got the Orioles. John Means, 2 scoreless outings.
Hey,
we've lost 3 years. The Orioles is just John Means. He's a big league 3, you know.
Dude, they fucking love that man. The O's. He almost made did he make an All-Star in 2019?
He did. He made an
All-Star in 2019, and ever since the O's are We have a 1. First of all, his name is John Means.
He's a good 3. He's like a good arm. I'm just it's so funny. Like this.
That is fun. That is really funny, actually. It's just of all the people of that, it would be John Means.
It's like the only thing that's come out of there in like 3 years that's like been a bucket.
Honestly, I thought this one was gonna be for the O's, like something John Means or a prospect. Not even baseball. It'd be like minor league stats, and they're like, we're reaching.
Had they rushed me 2 home runs at the ultimate training site. That's what it would have been.
Yeah, we're like, we watched BP today from him. Looked great.
Yeah.
Moving on. Next one, Rays. Tyler Glasnow's 40% strikeout rate.
So that is, first of all, 40% strikeout is insane.
I'm pretty sure the 2 highest strikeout rates of all time are Kimbrel and Chapman.
What are they?
I think Kimbrel's 41 and Chapman's 40. So like this would be
especially, and those are relievers.
And Miguel Sano.
Yeah.
Miguel Sano is a hitter. Yes. The thing about Tyler Glasnow for me is I was talking to someone before the year, and I was watching spring training. I was telling Nick this. I was watching his stuff. It's just so good, dude. His fastball slide, his changeup is irrelevant. It's really bad, but his fastball slider is so fucking good.
It's crazy.
And I was watching him, and he was getting hit around spring training, and I was like, damn, his stuff is nasty. And someone was like, no, he's not good. And I was like, I never said he was good. I said his stuff's nasty. And we see him kind of put all right numbers up. But this is just the case of the Rays, man, developing and figuring out what works best on a guy that stuff is just so nasty.
Also, I agree. And if you go look at his numbers, he was unthinkably abysmal in Pittsburgh, like a 70 ERA. And then, like, came to the Rays. His first year in the Rays, I mean, he only had 15 starts, but he threw like a 1.7. Mm-hmm. And then last year, or 2 years ago, where he threw a 4.
2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago he threw a 4.
And I think last year wasn't great either, though.
No, I don't think it was bad at all.
I'm gonna look real quick.
I think last year was the 4, and then 2 years ago was a 1.7. Anyway, he's had the big boomer bust, but on the Rays he hasn't really even had the bust. He's been a 4 at the worst. That's not.
Yeah, so he was a 1.8 2 years ago when he was with Tampa, and then was at a 4 last year, and he's a career 4.1.
Yeah. So I mean I'm not bought yet into the Glasnow's a bona fide one yet. But this year will be very telling. If Glasnow throws it,
this one I'm bought in. This one I'm bought in.
You are?
Just because I've seen, because from the eye test, his stuff, his fastball slider is so electric.
I agree.
Even a little sample size like this has to get you excited.
Oh, I mean, no, I absolutely should be. They're 15 starts, whatever it was.
And so far, it's tough, man, to get leaned on from the AL champions to be leaned on and be. Hey, you have to be our game 1 this year. And so far, you have to give him credit. He's really stepped up.
True. That's a good point. No Snell.
What do you got? What do you got next, Connor?
Next, we have the Red Sox. AL leading 788 OPS.
This one's awesome because, Nick and I talk about OPS a lot. It's our favorite stat. Mm-hmm. If we talk about if you have an 800 OPS as a player individually, you're a good hitter.
Good. Yeah.
So to say their whole team is doing this, there's a reason when this article was written 3 days ago that they have the best record in the AL and surprising everyone. Alexander I've always liked. Of course, we like Bobby.
Devers, good player.
Devers. I remember I watched their first series against the O's, and I texted Nick and I was like, wow, the Red Sox are bad.
Yeah.
Their lineup's bad. And so since then, they've been so good.
Yeah, they got JD. They have some good bats.
JD's been insanely hot. Even for he's a really good hitter, but he's been insanely hot as well.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I think this will cool off a little bit. I do think they have some good pieces there where they won't be abysmal. Their pitching is the issue. It's Nate Eovaldi and Warner.
Richards.
Yeah, and with Gary Richards, that's where they will not win games.
And with that division,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's no, I don't have any hope. I wouldn't have any hope for them to even be the 3rd seed.
No, their lineup's going to cool off. It'll still be decent, but it'll cool off, and then their pitching will very much let them down. So,
what do you got next, Connor? Finish off the AL East.
Next, yes, sir. We have And this is almost one of the ones, like you guys were saying earlier, Orioles picking up maybe some minor league stats. Just really grasping.
It's the Yankees, huh?
Yeah. Yankees.
They don't have much to talk about. That's
Yankees, Aroldis Chapman's splitter is legit is the headline. So that's the crazy stat for them.
This is the definition of someone writing an article.
I have no comment on this.
Yeah, people are writing the article and going, fuck, we have to do this for every team? Dude, I think Aroldis' splitter's been pretty solid. Which is cool.
I have no comment. Aroldis is
that's cool, I guess.
And the thing is in the stat, he has only thrown it 7 times this entire year. And that's what the article's written about.
This is a reach. Did he actually write stuff about this?
Yes. Apparently Aaron Boone has gone on the record as gross.
Aaron Boone's like, please, can we talk about anything other than us hitters struggling? Please. They're like, how do you think about Chapman? He goes, thank you. The splitter's been gross.
It's gross, nasty.
Gross.
Moving on.
How do you feel about Torres? You think he'll figure it out and be like, yeah, he's been struggling since he saw Aroldis Chapman's splitter.
Have you guys seen that?
In any sense as he can.
Did you guys know what the spin rate is on that? Oh, nasty. And
nasty. He throws 100.
Moving on, we have the AL Central with the Indians. Shane Bieber's MLB leading 48 strikeouts.
That got passed tonight by DeGrom.
Oh, really?
48 through, 3 games? 4 games? 3 games? 48 through 3 games is the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, that's stupid.
It's stupid.
And
people have been weird on, is he... Because he had a little bad... he had a really good year last year. Sorry, he won the Cy Young. And everyone was like, short season, was he that good? He's that stuff, his stuff is so good. Yes, he is legit. What are you looking? You looking at Alyssa? All right. We just lost Nick.
Okay. Adios, amigo.
All right. I'll finish this off until he comes back.
Alrighty.
What do you got next, Connor?
So, after the Indians, we have the Royals bullpen strengthens 55 straight wins when leading after 7 innings, actually.
Dude, this one is really cool. That's an insane stat.
Especially
from a team like the Royals. And they've always, and what was their foundation when they won the World Series was their bullpen with Holland and Wade Davis. He's back. Oh my God. What happened?
And he's gone.
All right, I'll just keep going. I think Connor, I think that's such a cool stat. 55 straight wins out of their when you're leading by the 7th inning.
That's honestly probably as a team that's building in kind of a rebuilding phase as they are right now. They traded in the offseason for some guys that were close to their ending contracts. They extended Salvador Perez. For them to be able to have a foundation of a bullpen like this to 55 straight games, leading in the 7th inning, fans can know that they're going to win.
I wish Nick could say stuff too, because we've talked about the Royals before. The Royals are a really cool team, and they're like a college team in a weird way. They do very unorthodox stuff for the MLB. They steal a lot. Witt and Nicky are the fastest middle infield in baseball, and they play really good defense and just run well. It's not like watching a normal MLB team. It's kind of exciting.
Nick, any comment?
Nick, can you hear us?
Your sound is off. Okay. Did you plug in your power cord? He smiled. He heard that. So he can hear us, but... Alright. Okay.
Unplug that.
Tigers.
Alright, I'm just gonna keep going until he's gonna figure it out. I believe him.
I do not know this guy's name. Are we a butcher pod? Do we butcher names here?
You can try it. I can.
All right.
I can fix it.
Hermir Candelario.
Yep. Candelario, yeah.
His 295 average and 377 OBP. No comment on it. That's just it. That's just the whole stat.
This one, I wish they would talk about Akil Badou. I always mess up his name. Badou's.
Hey, fish.
Nick, do you have anything to say about the Royals? Okay, because I know you like the Royals.
I do. Solaire's awesome. I can't believe we traded away Davis for him. Slayer is awesome. Whit Merrifield is the most not talked about player in the big leagues, who is easily the best player at his position in the league. It's not even close. And how cool is that stat? 55 games in a row leading the 7th inning. Yeah, that's awesome. Especially for a team like that, again, that I said that relies so much on their bullpen when they want it. Yeah, they're going to be good, too. Like, they have Singer. They're going to have a bunch of guys come up. You know, they just drafted Lacey. Their pitching stats let to be young and good. And they have Merrifield. It's so good for your rotation to see that. Because then you're not putting, like, young rotation guys in bad situations. Yeah, no, that's true. It's just really cool. Nick, it's Badou's? Badou? I don't know. I don't know. That's who I'd rather this have been. I know he probably doesn't have that many stats out, but, like, he's probably the hope of the most exciting part of that team right now. I don't even think I actually am selling him, but yeah. Okay. I'd be selling on his stock, but all right, what do we got next, Connor? The Tigers are on my shit list right now anyway.
After the Tigers, we have the Twins. Starting rotation is at a 2.86 ERA.
Yes, what we were talking about earlier, Nick, when you were going to bring it up. The rotation's been stellar. Is it this good? No, it's not. No. They've also played in a bunch of 7-inning games already this year. I don't know if that really makes a difference because it's just their starters. But their starters have carried them for how bad their offense has performed and their bullpen. So the B500 right now is that team needs to look right now and be like, thank God our starters are playing right now as well. Because we could be really hurting ourselves. Because they should be a wild card team, and maybe if the White Sox don't perform as well as we all think, like they could fight for a division. I don't think they will, but they should be a wild card team. And if they're their rotation is keeping them in games that they need right now. Yeah, it's like for me, it's just like I don't hate the rotation. I just don't love it. It's like Barrios, love him. And then Maeda, I like him more than that. It's like, Pineda, other guys, like, whatever. What do we got next, Connor?
Really quick, just to add a little stat from John Boy Media. The Twins bullpen actually has the worst WAR than any other bullpen in the entire MLB.
That makes sense. Remember I told you what their record is. It's 1-7 right now.
Yeah. I'm just saying, pair with a Twins rotation, that is what, numbers-wise, that is what they're dealing with. Yeah. Moving on, we have the White Sox.
We should be more impressed of it.
White Sox starting pitchers lead AL and team ERA with a 2.68.
Yeah, this one's just tip the cap to College Rendon.
Lance Lynn's good too.
Yeah,
he's my IL now, but they're good. I mean, I don't buy a 2.68 obviously, but I buy it's gonna be low.
Yeah.
They're going to pitch and they're going to hit. I mean, that team's good.
Yep.
You got starting pitching depth. They got young guys, veterans. Like, they're good. They're really good.
We got next, Connor.
Moving on, we're going into the AL West, gentlemen, with the Angels. Mike Trout tied for the AL lead in WAR.
I wonder who it was going to be.
With a 1.2 already.
It's the only thing you should talk about on the Angels. I know Otani's cool, but...
Yeah, like this could have been if it was not Ohtani, like, and you were just getting tired of Mike Trout. Just talk about Mike Trout. He's cool. He's the best player. Yeah. A 1.2 like already is WAR. He's gonna have a 10 more. Who cares? It's what he is.
Yeah,
he's the best baseball player, arguably ever.
Yeah.
Moving on, we have the Astros. Ryan Stankies. Season stat line is essentially a one-hitter.
You call them Stankies?
Stankays.
What?
We're just really butchering names. I love it.
Hey, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it.
All right. His stat line, what is it? Would you say his stat line is what?
Essentially a one-hitter.
What does that mean?
Astros reliever has nearly pitched the equivalent of a full game in 8 2/3 innings and has only given up one hit.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
fuck the Astros.
The Astros
I don't hate the Astros as much as other people. Like, I think that, let me give me a good thing. My thoughts on the Astros. They have a really good run organization, and I don't hate the Astros. I don't hate the Astros that much. Their front force of analytics. I'm always about teams like that.
No, I agree with that, but I don't know if they do anymore. Like, dude,
and I don't really hate the Astros that much.
Players are like, since the cheating has stopped, have just performed at like not a bad level, but just at a worse level.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, moving on to the Athletics. Ramon Laureano is running wild. In the past few years, the A's have generally shied away from stealing bases as a club, but he is emerging as a player that is just too electric to leave that aspect out of his game. The center fielder leads all majors with 8 stolen bases. What do you guys think about that?
No, there's one part I think I read. Nick and I were talking about this one. Isn't there something with that he has more than a certain amount of clubs?
19 other MLB
more
clubs.
Than 19 clubs, yeah. So, again, really crazy, especially for the A's, for the stolen base. Especially with the whole Moneyball and, like, big analytics team. The thing about this, though, one is, to a segue point, and, again, when I do finish this model, and hopefully the next couple of months I do get some more data going on it, stolen bases are underrated. And I think maybe the A's even have figured this out and are letting him run a little bit more. We've gone to a point where because catchers have been so good, that I think we got to a point where we went past the line of stolen bases.
Yeah.
We needed to take them down, but I think people went full throttle too much on it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because the 19 clubs not to have 8 stolen bases is pretty weird.
Yeah, no,
there are valuable times to steal.
Yeah.
Again, the model I hope to create. Again, maybe one day we can go on. Like when I do it, we can go over it here.
Yeah.
My theory on it is with 2 outs.
No, it makes sense, and I agree. You just got to run the right guys in my head, which he's obviously.
No, and depending on who's hitting.
Yes, exactly.
I'm not running myself out of an inning when I have a guy that hits 40 home runs up to bat.
Exactly. Agreed.
Alrighty. Moving on. We have the Mariners. The 1-2 punch of Hanger and France? Haniger. And France.
Jesus Christ. Ty France is the headliner on a fucking... Ty France? Ty France?
Also, real quick about the A's. The A's should have been... They won 12 in a row.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Like, when they said Ramon, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, the A's have won 12
Mariners should also be Julio Martinez and Jared Kelenic. That's what the Mariners one should be. The 1-2 punch of Julio Martinez and Jared Kelenic were both 20 in the minor leagues.
Yeah. The Mariners, bro, they do this every fucking year, bro. They get so hot in the beginning of the year. I don't care.
Who?
It is literally It's weird how they specifically do it every year with a different team too.
Who?
The Mariners. They get so hot in the beginning of the year.
Do they?
Yeah.
They
did a year like 3 years ago where they started off like 16-0, and then by the All-Star break they were like 10 games under.
Yeah, not good. They haven't been good in a long time.
They do this every year. I don't know how it's specifically them every year too, but they'll be bad. Just wait.
I mean, yeah, their team is horrendous.
Yeah.
It's like Kyle Seager's not bad, and then shit. Like, Ty France is a bad player.
Dude, what? Yeah.
He's bad. Mitch Haniger is average at best.
Exciting, but...
Yeah, no, it's...
All right, what do we got next?
Rangers. Kyle Gibson is a legit number 1 starter.
Incorrect. Veto.
I read this one and I was like, Nick is gonna fucking be pissed at this one.
Why would anyone say that? I don't know. You guys comment. I'm going to look up Cal Gibson's career numbers so I can just...
Oh, that is hilarious. I'm not trying to just shit on Kyle Gibson right now.
Me either. I don't even hate Cal Gibson.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit that makes me hate fucking players.
Same.
That's not their fault, but...
This really quick, Vish, before you read that.
Please.
If you remove his first start from the calculations, Gibson's ERA would sit at a 0.43 on the entire season.
He's probably had 3 starts.
Kyle Gibson's 33 years old. Connor, this is why we're laughing at this. He's a career 4 or 5 guy, and he's 33. Like, dude, how many guys do you know that are just like, hey, I turned to a legit one.
Chris, his manager, and him both called his opening day start fluky.
He's thrown 1,000 major league innings. This guy is not just going to become a number 1.
What is that?
I like Cal Gibson. I think he's a good player.
We don't care about record often because it's kind of an irrelevant stat because you don't control it that much. But
DeGrom.
It's like 71 and 74. Imagine your game 1, you're like, maybe we're going to win 50% of the time.
Like, the dude is
That's hilarious.
about as average of an arm as you could have in the major leagues.
Yeah, like again, these are the articles. Like, I'm sorry, Kyle Gibson, that make me hate baseball. Like, it's just this was bad. This one was bad.
That's the worst take I've ever heard. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that's coming from the hot take guy.
Hot take Vish.
Yeah, I mean,
the hot take.
I love a hot take. That's not a hot take. That's just stupid. You're saying stupid things.
Yeah.
Holy hell!
Dude, that should have just been the attendance record compared to everyone else. I don't know.
Cool, or like Joey Gallo hit a ball, another ball hard, like
something like that. I'm sorry, Kyle Gibson, for just bringing you into that.
What just happened? Holy hell! That's a lot.
I remember reading that, and I was like, Nick's gonna be so fucking flustered on that one.
That's the worst take I've ever heard. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say to that. Like, why would you assume that? One, you probably had 3, maybe 4 starts.
Yeah.
We're just going to decide to take one of those out of there, and even then, he's only at 2.5. What is
that? Please get us off this, Connor.
National League. We're going to get completely even just out of that area. National League East, Braves, 43.6% team hard hit rate.
Dude, honestly, real quick about the Kyle Gibbs thing. That one headline made me. It's 1:30 in the morning right now. Made this worth it.
I agree. I honestly agree.
That was so funny. Oh, that was hilarious. All right, sorry. 43%. You said?
Yes, sir.
Good heart rate for the Braves. Yeah, we know they're supposed to be good. Braves, stop fucking being children. Be good at baseball.
Agreed. The Braves are going to be good. I think they're going to win that division easily.
I'm done with them. Like, be good. You're a good team.
They're going to figure it out eventually. I don't know how long it's going to take. They'll figure it out. And then they'll win it, the division.
Marlins. What do you guys think this headline could be?
The Marlins starting pitching. I
guarantee it's that, or it's Jazz Chisholm is a freak athlete.
Or their bullpen's been atrocious.
Tried team 2-out hitting.
Oh, that's right.
The Marlins.
The numbers on it? I think it's actually pretty cool.
According to LS Sports Bureau, the 2020 Marlins scored 122 of their 263 runs with 2 outs, the highest percentage, 46% in the majors. With nearly the same lineup back in 2021, it has been more of the same. Entering Monday's Miami's 29 2-out RBIs were the 5th most in the NL. And Saturday's 7-6 walk-off win over the Giants, 6 of the Marlins runs were with 2 outs.
That's pretty crazy, especially because how not great their lineup has been. And you're going to talk about they also went on a stretch against the Braves where they scored so much. Again, this one I would have focused on something future related, like Sandy.
Yeah. Sandy or Jazz. Jazz looks good. That's like the most exciting.
Or even Rogers, he's been what we thought it could be, like a really solid 4. 3.
Yeah. He's been great, man. I liked him, but he's been better than I thought. He also gets up. He throws harder than I thought he threw also.
Yeah.
I knew he was like mid-90s. I saw him throw a fastball. I did like 98. Like that guy could throw fucking hard.
What's the next one?
Moving on.
I'm excited for him. He looks legit.
And hey, 6-2 hasn't even thrown yet. The biggest question, we were talking about Kim, who is their GM currently. Also, shout out first ever woman GM.
Yeah.
The biggest question for her and like their whole team next is going to be, when do they start really making a push for it?
Yeah.
I think they're a little far away still.
Yep.
From getting a bullpen and doing all that, but maybe this offseason they get a couple more hitters and start pushing.
Agreed.
Where they can be.
Yeah.
Mets, Jacob deGrom, 15.75 K per nine.
The hilarious thing about this tonight, it went down after tonight's game. He had 15 strikeouts.
And only 9 innings. Wow.
9 innings, so technically his K per 9 went down. God, he is an animal.
Yeah, that guy's amazing. That's all.
He's made me question everything about like pitching.
Did you go watch him when he had long hair and he was a rookie, and he was throwing like 93, and now he's legitimately sitting 100. And he's
I watched the whole game tonight, guys, and he didn't throw a pitch under 100 in the first 2 innings. He makes big league hitters. Makes big league hitters look really bad.
He's amazing.
Moving on, Nationals, Soto's hard contact.
Guy can hit.
Yeah.
Can really hit.
It's kind of one of those ones you just kind of, yeah.
Did he just recently get put on or taken off the IR?
On. Taken off. Oh, put on?
Yeah, he's hurt.
I thought he got taken off it. I don't know. Whatever.
What do we got next?
Whenever he's healthy, the guy can hit. Like, he can really hit.
And they need it.
Yeah.
They need it bad.
Moving on. Phillies, Bryce Harper has a 994 OPS.
Which is wrong currently. I think like now it's way higher.
I think it's 1180.
It's 1118. So it's even more insane. Dude, he goes on stretches. He goes on years where he looks like the best player in baseball.
Yeah, he's
doing it. Again, if you think he's overrated, I don't know what to tell you. Top 15 player in baseball.
Yeah, that's where I think he should be. Because there was that stretch where everyone was like, Trout or Harper, 7 or 6 or 7.
Yeah, that was also the hype. That was fair though. The hype and Trout.
Well, he had that one MVP year where.
Yeah. And again, he's one. People forget about him. He is one slip of a bag, slipped on a base at first base, from not winning a second MVP.
Yeah, no, Bryce Harper's incredible.
Yeah, like he should have 2 MVPs right now, and to call him that guy with 2 MVPs overrated is the weirdest thing in the world to me.
Yeah, and he's a top 15 player in baseball.
Yeah, and he has potential for always to be an MVP.
Yeah.
Moving on, we're going to the NL Central with the Brewers starting pitchers.
Mediocre division.
Huh?
The mediocre division.
Yeah, but the Brewers starting pitching is throwing at a 29% strikeout rate.
Yeah, we can go through this. We kind of talked about it already. Burns, everyone's been really good.
The Brewers
we can go to the next one on that.
Beautiful.
Their incredible. Their bullpen's incredible. It's all incredible. Their lineup's but their bullpen can pitch. Oof.
Now, moving on to something that I am actually really excited to see. It's the Cardinals, and it's Nolan Arenado's 152 OPS plus.
I got one thing to say about this. We stole Gomber from the Cardinals.
Nolan's OPS, this is why it's funny, because this is the highest OPS plus of his career. His OPS is 850. It's good, but
you know why his OPS plus is so high?
Yeah, because park adjusted is how things work.
So this stat's really weird to me. It's just because of course.
Yeah, exactly. It's the best of his career because he played course.
Yeah, it's one of those things his actual OPS is not his highest.
Exactly.
But
adjusted.
It's his highest.
Yeah, it's super weird. It makes sense. It's just weird.
Yeah. That, like, maybe they're taking my question to this now is, are they taking too much into account for an OPS plus?
I mean, that's a great question. I like the idea of the stat. I'm not saying it's always. I'm not saying I treat it as the law. It just is good to use as a reference. But anyway, the Cardinals are overrated. They have so many holes in that offense, and the rotation is also questionable behind Flaherty. So
what we got next?
Cardinals are bad.
Moving on, we have the Cubs. Chris Bryant with a 166. What is this? Win WRC plus?
Weighted. I think it's weighted runs created plus.
Plus, yeah.
Nick, do you want to make your own for this one?
Yeah, I mean, KB's, if he's healthy, he's one of the best players in baseball. He's really good.
Yep.
Sucks last year. He was bad, but, I mean, again, it was last year. A lot of guys were bad that I think are, like, legitimately MVPs, Hall of Famers. Their guys had bad years.
Moving on.
I'm going on record saying Cubs fans, don't worry yet. You're starting to play better.
The offense is fine. I'm worried about the pitching. Zack Davies, Trevor Williams, Jake Arrieta. Like, we're going to have to really rely on Trevor Williams and Jake Arrieta. That's the scary part.
What do we got next here?
Pirates. Brian Reynolds, back over 300.
Okay. I can't tell if I hate Brian Reynolds or if I think he's an okay player, but, like, it's just sad that you have to do that. He might be an okay player, but
yeah,
Ryan Hayes is good, you know. He's hurt, but he's good. He's really, really good, actually.
Reds, 91 runs scored as a team. They were absolutely on fire to start.
They scored 40 runs against the Pirates. That's half of it in 3 games.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like, I don't know. You want me to tell you about that?
Reds I've always said they had a good roster, and it's not worse, so it's probably not going to work now. This is the worst their roster's been in a couple of years, so.
All right. We have one more division left, right?
Yep, the NL West. We're starting with the Diamondbacks. Carson Kelly's adjustments are paying off.
Where's adjustments?
What it says is he struggled at the plate and it wore on the young backstop. Along with some mechanical adjustments at the plate, Kelly has worked to be more selective at the plate and has come together for him. His walk rate is 22% and his chase rate is 18.9. Speak to his discipline at the plate and explain why he's walked more in the first 3 weeks of the season than he did all of last year. While he's not going to hit 400 all season, it's clear that he's more of the players. He's more of the player he was in 2019 than 2022, and that's important for the Diamondbacks.
So, yeah, this one, I just looked. He does he's leading the league in on-base percentage.
Okay.
Which, to me...
Bless you.
Walking is an art.
Mm-hmm.
But this early in the year, is he just facing people that are just struggling? I don't know.
Yeah. Carson Kelly, he's fine.
Yeah.
Adjustments, I can't buy it yet. Gotta wait and see for another month.
We got kind of
Dodgers, dominant pitching.
Yeah. What do you mean? They pay their game 3 $45 million. They should have dominant pitching.
Also, like, dude, I was watching Corey Knebel, like, the Brewers just like, man, we're good. We don't watch him anymore. And it's like, this dude's back. He's throwing 99 with a wipeout curveball. I'm like, God damn it.
They're the best team in baseball. We get it. The crazy stat. The crazy stat for this one should have been what was it? 100. Nick, what was the stat you saw?
Dude, oh my God. They've been favored 134 the last 136 games in 96 straight games.
That is
insane.
That is insane.
Which is funny because when they come out of this, this dynasty era that they've had with one half-assed, baby bitch ring, like, I'm going to laugh my ass off when they come out of this with only that, especially with this roster. Because
the Padres haven't been playing great, but they play really well against the Dodgers.
I know, and I'm excited.
It's like they wake up for that series specifically.
Also, the Dodgers know the Padres are coming. When Mookie made that catch, he lost his mind. That you know what that says? That says this is a rivalry.
If you guys want to watch some good or early baseball, tune into every Padres-Dodgers game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did they say Potters?
He did.
The Padres.
The Padres-Dodgers. The Padres. Watch the Padres games.
Moving on. Giants. Colorado boy, Kevin Gausman, allowing a 0% average on his splitter.
The splitter's always been gross.
Yep.
He's underrated. The Giants' rotation in general is the most underrated rotation in baseball because no one knows who they have. I didn't until recently, but it's Gausman, Sanchez, Cueto, Alex Wood. That's not a bad. It's not good, but it's not bad rotation.
Nick and I were talking about this is such an organization, and you got to give Aussie players props to players too.
Mm-hmm.
But even during a rebuild, they get guys on like pretty cheap deals that are really good and really solid players. They're never going to be bad, even when they rebuild.
Yeah.
Being a Giants fan would be awesome.
Yeah, dude. Like even right now, it's like they're competitive as hell.
Yep. They're like the Thunder of baseball.
Yeah. Good point.
And they have a good farm system. So
yeah, they're such a good organization, man. It's crazy.
As watching the Giants a lot win, especially like us growing up.
Yeah, seriously.
The Giants win a lot, and also being a Rockies fan, that I always hated the Giants, but that organization is just you just gotta tip the cap at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
Padres with a 2.44 team ERA.
Mine on this one would have been why are they 500?
Yeah, same.
It's so weird, man. Like everyone's playing decent. They're just they're I think they're losing really close games and then just beating the fuck out of people.
Yeah. No, it is weird.
I'm not worried about them.
They're gonna pitch. They're gonna hit. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
Then we have the home favorite, the Colorado Rockies.
I don't want to talk about this one, honestly. I already saw it.
Ryan McMahon's 6 homers, 21 fly balls, 12 Ks, and 57 plate appearances.
I'm not saying anything.
I mean, McMahon is an average big leaguer. He's a solid above average, but I don't know.
I'm not saying anything about
the
this.
Rockies, they're fucking horrible.
All right. That's all good now. You guys want to finish off the last segment?
Let's do it.
All right, Connor, I got this. Instead of the hot take this week, we're going to go since we're talking about a lot of stats today and like struggle buses and stuff. We got the most ridiculous baseball stats of all time.
Let me hear this. I am for it.
These are. I've told Nick some of them. I wish I would have got his first reaction because some of these are so insane.
Jamie Moyer one put me on the ass a little bit. That one is so funny.
So let's start off with one that we're really familiar with. That Barry Bonds 2004. He got intentionally walked 120 times. Intentionally walked 100 times. The AL leader that year was Eric Chavez at 95 walks.
Dude, that is crazy.
Insane.
Intentionally walked 100. Like Mike Trout, I'm not even sure if Mike Trout, that'd be a good amount of walks for Mike Trout. Debated with the greatest player.
95 or 120.
120.
Yeah.
That'd be a ton. Dude, 120 walks is a ton. And that's how many times he was intentionally walked in 1 year.
So going off of that 2004 season, Barry Bonds, he had Barry Bonds reached more times that year than he did ABs.
Dude, that is stupid. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That doesn't make sense. So
that would break someone's brain if you understand the walks aren't at bats. That would break.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to. I read that the first time. I was like, is that crazy? And then I was like, wait.
Dude, that's crazy. He reached more than he did at bat. That is the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah,
that's the most insane thing
so
I've ever heard.
What else we got? We got we'll get off the Barry Bonds because we can go off Barry Bonds for
just
literally ever.
Change the topic now, yeah.
Jamie Moyer. If you guys don't know who Jamie Moyer is, he is the definition of a travel man. He played everywhere.
Yeah, he did.
But mostly known as a Rocky. The last memory I have of Jamie Moyer, I'm sorry, Jamie Moyer, but is Giancarlo Stanton hitting a ball off a scoreboard in the new Miami start when he was 43 years old and he was throwing 82 miles an hour. No, he wasn't. He was throwing like 78 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But, Connor, here's the stat. It is probably the coolest one, I think, of all of these. Jamie Moyer has faced 9% of every MLB hitter ever.
Wow.
That one blows my mind.
Baseball has been around for so fucking long. This man has faced
century and a half. A century and a half.
Fucking every hitter ever.
Dude, that is crazy.
That's a journeyman right there, man. He is along for the ride.
He faced 1,700 different guys.
That's insane to me.
Here's a Tony Gwynn one. We don't care about batting average unless you're Tony Gwynn, right? Tony Gwynn, to get to 300, if he came if he kept playing, he would have had to go 0 for 1,183 to get to a 300 career batting average.
That's pretty incredible.
That's equivalent to 2 seasons.
Yeah, he'd be playing 2 full seasons. Yeah, that's insane.
That's worse than Chris Davis.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Little crush.
Another crazy one is Tony Gwynn with 2 strikes was a 302 hitter.
That's ridiculous, man. That one is ridiculous.
Was just something different, man.
So again, we go on Tony Gwynn and Barry Bonds stats, and same forever. Both go Ricky Henderson steals, obviously, so many. He has 1,406. The next closest is Lou Brock with 938, which is, I'm gonna do quick math, is 468 different. Then,
That's such a solid lead.
Ricky Henderson and Lou Brock at number 2 is the same as Lou Brock is compared to number 46 on the list.
Jesus.
That's how much he's fucking beating the guy in second by.
That's just crazy.
That's something different, man.
Just absolutely.
A couple pitching ones. Greg Maddox. He had a year in 1994. We had 25 games. He had 24 quality starts. That's literally him going out every game, and you're like, oh well, we're gonna win.
Yeah, if we can just scratch a couple runs across, we're
gonna win. The craziest one to me though is Connery threw a complete game, 9 innings with 76 pitches.
Shut up.
And he only went 2-0 to a 2-ball count twice in the whole game.
That's being efficient, man.
Not a 2-0 count. Two balls in a batter.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Just two balls, twice.
An 83% strike rate in that game.
That's got to be a heavy ball or something. I don't know.
No, he just doesn't miss a corner. Let's go with strikeout. So, entering the 2019 season, there's been 354 pitchers in MLB history to strike out 1,183 guys in their career. Nolan Ryan struck out 1,183 different batters.
That's insane.
Edgar Martinez, keeping on Nolan Ryan, Edgar Martinez struck out 53% of his ABs against Nolan Ryan. His career strikeout percentage was 17%. Talking about someone that has your number.
Yeah, my God, that's
rent free, bro. Living in the dome.
So those are the craziest baseball stats I could find. Then obviously I left out some of the ones are pretty common, like the Mariano Rivera. More people have walked on the moon than scored him in the postseason.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. So we go on Barry Bonds forever about some of his stats and some of the rookie games.
It's so wild. Yeah. We will at some point, I'm sure, on this podcast.
But that would kind of be a stat episode, and those are some pretty insane stats.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Vish, Q, thank you guys for staying up. And
Absolutely.
to everybody watching here at home, thank you guys for staying aboard and letting us tune in with you. This episode will be available on YouTube, RBI Baseball, LLC. You guys can find the schedule about when we will be having our next podcast on Twitch, or not on Twitter at RBI Baseball _ LLC, or on Instagram, RBI Baseball _ LLC. Thank you guys so much for joining. Have a great night, and thank you guys for joining.